Welcome back YouTube, it's Robert Hall, and today we're going to talk about my new camera case, the LowePro Photostream SP 200. I just want to leave that in there because this is probably the first time that my office has been this clean in a very long time. Feels good. First off, I know I've not uploaded in a while. Life has just been a little... I don't know how many times I've said this, but despite posting on YouTube, I do full-time photography. So oftentimes in these months in Michigan, June, July, August, is just absolutely crazy. I think I'm shooting like 11 weddings in August. So life gets nuts around this time of year, and I always kind of fall off the YouTube train, but I'm back now. Beyond all that, we're gonna talk camera cases today. So for the past 4 years, I have used a LowePro Pro Roller X300 AW. Yeah, that's a mouthful. Honestly, I could probably use it for another decade. It still functions 100%. But back when I switched to mirrorless in January, I saw that I had a few empty compartments in my X300, and that's because the bodies are a little bit smaller and I use a little bit less lenses than I did back when I shot on a DSLR. And this got me excited because I thought for the first time in, I don't know, 5-6 years, my entire kit might fit in an airport size roller. So of course I looked around a bit. I hadn't looked at cases in 4 years since I bought my last one, and I decided that because of how well my LowePro X300 held up, I definitely wanted to continue going with the LowePro product. And eventually I landed on the LowePro Photostream SP 200. Now this is LowePro's first series of rollers that have 4 wheels, and my first as well. And it's super awesome how easily this rolls. You have to put no effort in pushing in the handle, and even on bumpy and rocky surfaces it glides really smooth. One note of caution if you're looking at a 4-wheel rolling bag is that if you put them on the slightest angle of surface, they're liable to just roll away. So as you're loading up, you got to be careful to kind of butt it up against something or keep a hand on it just so that it doesn't go rolling away from you. Now in the past, I've had some kit bags that don't allow you to change the wheels at all, and one thing I like about this and some previous LowePro products is that if you want to change the wheels, it's really easy to order and do yourself. So you don't have to get a new bag just because your wheels wear out. Now if you look at it from the side, you'll notice that it has a slanted front panel, which kind of dips the center of gravity into the bag a little bit more. And this is done to increase the stability and keep a good center of balance for when you're rolling it. But there is one other little benefit of this. I'm a wedding photographer, so often I go into a venue and I kind of post up in a spot, and sometimes people come along and my gear is in their way. And on multiple occasions, I've had people lift my bag up and move it to a different spot. And if that top lid is open when they lift it up, there's a really good chance that your gear can slide out of it. So by having the whole compartment slightly tilted, your gear is less likely to fall out if it stood up and the front panel is not closed. Now, I've used this bag for about 3 months, which I'd like to go a bit longer to claim about the durability, but unfortunately I've already had an experience that I can tell you how durable this bag is. The exterior shell of the bag is really strong, so strong that my 6-foot, 200-pound self can actually ride on it. We'll go over what happens next in this clip on a later date because it's got a lot more to do with Sony Pro support than it does my LowePro bag. But I'll tell you this much, my LowePro bag managed to keep all the gear on the inside really safe. The exterior has a handle on the top, side, and bottom, which is really nice for carrying it from any direction as well as loading in and out of an overhead bin on an airplane. And on the side without a handle, there is 2 straps which you can use for attaching a tripod. One little note here, I would have liked to see buckles here instead of the tightening strap. I just feel like you would have been able to do more with it, like attach a softbox to the side of your bag. But it does work really nice if you're going to put the same tripod there all the time. The back has an ID slot as well as a document holder, and if my hands are full, I can also use that document holder to stuff an umbrella in. It does have a laptop compartment on the inside which will fit my 15.4-inch MacBook Pro. Now even though it's on the inside, you can also access the panel by just slightly unzipping the top zippers and folding down the top panel. And this is nice because then you get the protection for your laptop by having it tucked on the inside behind those strong exterior panels. Now I don't typically take my laptop out to shoots because I do primarily weddings and portraiture where I'm not really doing any review or editing, so I just use that interior compartment to store some beef jerky. There's one zipper to get into the main compartment. There are also pads lining the bottom that you can remove based on how long your gear is that you're putting into the bag. So my camera bodies as well as some of my shorter prime lenses all have the padding underneath, but longer lenses like my 24-70 and my speed lights, those have the padding removed underneath so that they can still fit flush and the bag can close easily. In total, I fit 2 full frame mirrorless bodies, 7 lenses including a 70-200mm, 2 speed lights, and I have 3 compartments left over for accessories such as all my mag mod equipment and extra batteries. You could definitely fit 2 full frame mirrorless bodies and 10 lenses in here if you wanted to. In the lid compartment, there are 2 zippered transparent pouches where you can fit some slim accessories. In there I put things like paperwork, flash gels, and my memory card wallet. So all in all, it is a very strong and durable bag that really does a great job of maximizing the space while still being sized perfectly for an overhead bin. I really like the detail to customization because it makes it really applicable to both bigger DSLR gear and smaller equipment. So even if you were using like an Olympus or Fuji system that is a little bit smaller, then you're not going to have them rattling around in all those compartments because of those big pads that you can keep in there. If you have any questions about the LowePro Photostream SP200, let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoy, leave a like if you did, subscribe if you want to see more, and until next time, keep on shooting, YouTube.